Hello, everyone that is watching us right now. Welcome to our Moving 256. I'm your host, as usual, Moving Tumusime. And we are here today. We are in Kyambogo University, and we're on a campaign of Know Your Guild Leader, or the person who is aspiring to be the guild president. And soon, Kyambogo will be voting. As we know that Kyambogo has no guild president as of now. It has a council of 17 people who are ruling the university. It was supposed to vote, they were supposed to decide and vote. That was last semester, but it didn't happen because of reasons that were there. So I'm joined by the oppressed. He will finish the last name, but he goes by the name of Mr. Akiso. He's going to introduce himself and then we'll start. You can introduce yourself to our audience.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay.
Yeah, greetings to fellow students. I really greet you in the name of Almighty Lord Jesus Christ. And for the Muslim community, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Akso Benjamin Oppressed, an aspirant for Guild President Kyambogo University. I'm very privileged to appear on this show and to share ideas, we as great leaders, such that the electorates there in Kyambogo University can at least weigh different leaders and choose a righteous leader who will represent their values and who will fight on behalf of the students' interests. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Maybe what I didn't add is that Mr. Akiso Benjamin is the new representative in Kyambogo University. So he's the new flag bearer in Kyambogo. And let's start straight away. I'm going to ask you, what motivated you to run for this position?
Yeah, one, the previous leadership.
Yeah.
We had the 19th leadership, and that one is His Excellency Koholo Edwin Wafula.
Yes.
We also had Mazira John Senior.
Yeah.
We had Tunduru, and those were great leaders. They were fighting on behalf of the students' fraternity. But with time, we had some leaders whom I will not mention, whom I will not mention on this platform.
I was shocked that you didn't
I was
mention the last guild president.
I was shocked. During their regime of leadership, students were complaining, they were suffering, so it motivated me. Because me, I'm an activist,
Yes.
human rights and environment activist.
Yes.
So besides leadership, I've been in several occasions, strikes, protests nationwide. Like in 2022, I had a demonstration of Stop ECOP. That is the environmental activism.
Yeah.
Because I was concerned, I had a colleague from Hoima, whom I was studying with. He narrated me a story that Benjamin, these people have chased us out of the land because they are constructing the eco pipeline. I felt very sad for my colleague because he was my roommate and he was called James. I told James, okay, let us organize for what we can. Then we try our level best. Then he said it's okay. But when we went to the streets, those companies like Total, and Total is from France, and also plus the government of Uganda, they started constructing those houses, residential homes for those people, and also compensating for them the land they had taken by force. So I decided to think that activism works best.
Yes.
So when it came to recent corruption, I was also arrested.
I remember.
And taken to Ruzira. We spent there 2 weeks. But most of the people saw it as just a small event protest that we made. But it went very nationwide. Yes. My major aim of protesting in every financial year, the IGG produces a report that every financial year over 10 trillion is lost in corruption. And even if you can search, you can witness over 10 trillion is lost in corruption. But for us as students to acquire a free education for an academic year, we just only need 2 trillion to acquire. Because right now in Kyambogo University, every academic year they collect 150 billion from students. So for over the universities in Uganda, like public universities, like 10 universities, to acquire free education, it requires only 1.5 trillion.
Yeah.
So for us, that's the reason as to why we went to strike. At least you as the students to be compensated and to be included on the national budget. That money that is spent on corruption should be put on the sector of education system, so that you require free and education.
Oh, so we can say activism is the main reason to why you're in politics and why you're fighting for students.
Yeah.
What unique qualities do you bring to this role of guild?
Yeah, there are many qualities. First of all, leadership is also different. Yeah, whereas in activism, there is a big gap between leadership and activism. But in some cases, when you combine them, at least they are the same. Because also the qualities on the other side, here we dialogue so much. As a leader, you must dialogue.
True.
Because not everything that you are going to defy. But in activism, what has failed, you must defy as an activist.
True.
But if you bring them close, activism and leadership, they are the same. Because when we decide and I combine them, that I can advocate for the policies that are in favor of students, that when I advocate for them on behalf of the students' interests, there's also management. They also have their own interests. So to call for dialogue, that as a leader you must dialogue on some issues.
So you're good at dialogue?
Yeah, that with the management, this one can work, this one will not work. But when it is not in our favor, the next step will be defiance. Because I want to give you an instance. An instance is one. Since 2016, the lecturers had been promised about salary increment. Since 2016, and they can witness. But they have been waiting, dialoguing, engaging, advocating. But it reached the time they say, it has been so long. These people are just playing on our minds. And last semester, I used to tell them that whenever I was going into those lecture rooms, that we are all oppressed except the Senate. They were like, for us, we are not oppressed.
The lecturers?
But recently they understood that they are also what?
Oppressed.
And right now they are striking for their salary increment. And it is true, these people have been working hard, hand in hand. And they are not motivated, they are not facilitated. At the end of the day, we are the students, we are the ones who suffer. And we are the main stakeholders of this university. So defiance also works. Defiance, does not mean that we are immune to dialogue, but for how long shall we dialogue? Yeah, because several leaders that have been good at dialoguing, writing, dialoguing. There is a quote that says, it is only a fool that does the same thing in the same way. That every time you come and tell students, we shall write, we shall dialogue with them. But we are dealing with professors who have handled several guild leaders, so they know how to control guild leaders. So for us, we are coming out with another approach. That if you are writing a petition, let me first give you an example. That today you cannot box me. Then tomorrow I write a petition and I bring it to you and I expect justice. Is it possible? It's not possible.
It's not.
That's what has been happening. In several cases, these leaders have been striking. They've been writing the petition, taking to the management. How do you take to a person who is oppressing you? So for us, we are changing the mode of conduct. That if you are writing these petitions, we are taking them to the courts of law. We are taking them to the Parliament of Uganda. We are taking them to the Ministry of Education and Sports. We are taking them to the public. And it has been working. Recently, Nawang was suspending indefinite suspension to some of the students. But when they wrote petition to the courts of law, the community engaged. And Nawang pardoned them due to the pressure. He said he will pardon them. And so that strategy works. And that is a strategy I'm coming up with. I will not waste my time going to the Senate.
I know.
That sitting there, the news will end there. But when I stand up with my fellow student, we march the Parliament of Uganda, that Katunguka cannot no longer manage Kyambogo University, he should resign. To create a big message to outside and to portray to the public and also the concerned personnel. So for us, our leadership, we are changing the strategy. We're advocating for students' rights.
Okay. What is your vision for the guild, and how do you plan to achieve it? In case you're elected and you're in the seat.
Thank you so much. The vision, I want to create a lineage among student leaders.
Yes.
That any student leader who comes up to contest for good president Kyambogo University, the electorates will ask him, will you work as Akiso Benjamin? Will you work as oppressed? How sure I at least bring him to endorse you? You only trust him. That is the lineage I want to create. That lineage of Mukuluro. Such that someone will, before even contesting, will say, I must look for oppressed. I must look for Akiso. Until it's me, I was operating. Then you asked about
how you're going to achieve that.
How I'm going to achieve that.
Yes.
First of all, I gave you a strategy. But as Kyambogo University, we have challenges we are encountering. Like previously, over 200 lecturers were chased out of the university from Kyambogo University. But these lecturers had spent 2 years without receiving their payment. So, and in the same 2 years, these people have spent 1.2 billion for the top 3 executives. 1.2 billion for every vehicle costs around 500. You can see the vehicles they drive. They are very expensive. They didn't only end on that, they also constructed sheds for their vehicles. You can go to the center and witness. I never ended the auction on that. They also hired security personnel to guard those vehicles. That implies that those people, they only care for their vehicles more than with the student. When a student is being demanded 100,000, that student is not allowed to sit for an examination. But a person to clear like 90% of the tuition, 70%, 80%, that person is willing to study. That's the reality. But some of, financial issues are inevitable. Today you may be financially stable, then the next semester, the parent calls you that I've been chased out of the work, I've got an accident, I cannot provide tuition. So those people should be catered for. So for me, I had a suggestion that in my office as a guild president, I create that office aside that will be responsible for tuition problems. That in case a student has genuine tuition problem, should have a letter from the guild president for those examinations. And also to create examination policy. That the students who have at least cleared like 70% should be allowed to sit for this examination. Because at the end of the day, you're going to task those students again to clear, but when they have not done the paper. So it is a bit or not in the same way. The other one this way. So we must balance that what affecting a student here also should be appropriate, because even those professors, they are also parents, and some of them were from humble backgrounds. But sometimes they forget, so we need to remind them that this is a public university, it's not a private university. The reason why we adopt public university, because of our capability, that we must care at least for a student from a humble background. We want to create that education system that will favor for everyone. Like you see in other countries, even this African country, Libya, there was free education. We see in those America, there was free education. And these things are possible. These people have been collecting money from USAID for education system and so on. But the man has not been coming. They are bragging among themselves. So aside what I was going to do for students, we shall also fight for corruption. Yeah, because corruption in Kyambogo University, it is a high stake. If I start breaking for you, according to the budget, to the other previous fourth university council, because I asked for a report for this previous fifth university council, but they have not yet given to me. But the first one I have it. Do you know that they constructed that road from the eastern gate, that Banda gate, up to here,
up to the roundabout,
up to this roundabout? They spent 3 billion just on that road. But constructing that one is just only 800 meters. But a kilometer, constructing a tarmac road of 1 kilometer, it requires 1 billion, 1.2. So they used even beyond times 2.
Not even a kilometer. Shocking.
So there's a lot.
I do understand
what is happening in Kyambogo. But for us, we are requesting for accountability.
Yeah.
Because we are the main stakeholders.
I understand. Now we go to the problems of students. We have many. We have surge fee. I don't know if I should put one and then you talk about
it. It's one.
Let's start with surge fee. What is your plan on that? Because surcharge is a big problem. You have to pay it. So what is your way on that? Because many guild presidents have promised and they have failed.
Yeah, as earlier told you, surcharge, there's no reason as why we should be surcharged in Kyambogo University. But to work on that policy, one, let me first give you some hint of it. You know that over 15,000 students pay surcharge every academic year. And if 15,000 students, that is 750 million every academic year. And where does that money go? You also question the accountability. So, but surcharge can be scrapped off because I witnessed the regime of Wafla, Edwin Koholo. Some people said it was impossible, it can't be possible, but on ground things are different. That's why I believe much in industrial action. Because industrial action can advocate for any issue you are fighting for. So when we fought that surcharge, it was scrapped off for that academic year in the regime of Edwin Koholo. But in my regime, things will be worse. As I told you that the approach we are using, first of all, petitioning, we shall not petition them.
You're taking it to the parliament.
So also them, they will be among the public. We shall even serve them online. Like last time when I wrote a petition, actually the chief secretary called me that I saw a petition in circulating, but you never served him. I told him that I served via email, the vice chancellor, and also to the public. So as long as you got to know about it. So we shall fight that surcharge using that approach.
Okay. We got delay of marks. Do you know people spend semesters and semesters? We start the faculty of engineering. I don't know if they have improved, but by the time I was still studying here, things were bad.
Yeah, it is the same issue. The lecturers are not motivated. And these people, they don't motivate lecturers, but they use part-time lecturers. They give them a lot of money. But a full-time lecturer is not being facilitated, not being motivated. How do you expect him? Like I told you, those were chased from the university, over 200 lecturers. And you expect that lecturer to bring marks without receiving payment? No, for us we are saying, let the full-time lecturers be facilitated. So that we receive good services. Because we pay this money for. We pay the services that we are supposed to receive in Kyambogo University. And also, actually that one contract with delay marks plus the retakes. Sometimes the retakes are not genuine. That's the reality. Because of the part-time lecturers. Because now these lecturers, the part-timers, he only sits at his home. Then he just, from his bed, he just predicts that
Akisa will get this.
will get this. So we are questioning where is the quality assuring committee that is responsible for those issues? Because those lecturers are not held accountable. Imagine a part-time lecturer going with the papers, and most especially in engineering, to mark.
From home.
Then from home. Because these people, they no longer trust the full-time lecturers. And the essence of the full-time lecturers, that they will sit on board and there will be a representative from the quality assurance committee. That will be monitor on how these papers should be marked, such that we produce people who are competent on the national level. But right now, they use, actually, when I was moving around, looking for support, mandate, and a vote, students used to say that these lecturers, they call us, that give me 50,000, would afford to get marks. They call us for our beautiful ladies. They engage them. This has been happening, not only in Kyambogo University, but also different universities in Uganda. So we are questioning about the credibility of that assurance committee. If it has no use, then it should go away.
Okay, I've learned you're a man of petitions, your industrial action. I think I will not ask you about the late payment of government students and what, but I want to ask you about...
No, let me first say right about government students.
Okay,
You know, in the government, they have what we call fixed accounts. That money comes, that's the reality. But for them, they are more business-minded.
Where at Kyambogo?
Kyambogo administrators, they are more business-minded people than delivering services. So they get that money, they put in their fixed accounts. Like this man of faculty and internship allowance. So after a year, a fixed account at least runs it grows. So for them, they benefit. That's why students have been striking. But when the money is there, they just keep quiet. They just remove a little, they employ those security personnel that you counteract those students. They go. Tear gas them, and so on.
So money
is there. Money is always there. The government cannot fail to reveal money for government students.
I believe you're going to fight for that.
So for us, we shall create, and they will believe.
Okay. I want to ask you about last year. You people, Kyambogo, was supposed to vote. I want to ask you, how did this affect you by cancelling of the voting and everything financially? Like, how was it? How did it affect you?
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, we had an election last semester, but some people, I don't know even what to say, but the system has no transparency. To reach the 10, they wanted to kick him out of the race.
Yeah, I remember.
And actually, they disqualified him. And the government, the management was very okay with it. Until we made an industrial action. They said things are serious. Even they changed the chief security because of that issue, that we can no longer, because they were colliding over with other candidates. It was just rumors, I cannot testify, but what I heard from the corridors, that they were colliding, they negotiated with another candidate, such that me as a strong candidate to be kicked out of the race, they conducted the free election. And if you could remember, these people were very tough that I had their ballot papers, that let us conduct that election. Even they deployed security personnel on the day of voting. But for us, we are very serious. That if the Ndenak on the ballot, there is no voting.
Yeah, I remember.
And the student witnessed that true. This is the true leader who can fight for us. If that happened, everything is possible in Kyambogo University. Because we're dealing with security personnel, the management was fighting us, and so on. Even the electoral commission was also was fighting us. Man, but we succeeded in that fight until the election was postponed, and right now we are back to the race.
Oh, that's amazing. Financially, did it cost you a lot?
Yeah, financially, me as a candidate to contest, had colleagues who believed in me, even the students. So they could be soliciting. That's why in my camp, was one of the financial down camp. We didn't have resources. Even if you look around, we don't have posters. We had only 2 banners. And the banner which we had, one was taken away by chief security.
The one that was at the gate?
No, that was at the roundabout, the Senate.
Yeah.
It was taken away. So
we
we remained with one. I was quarreling with those people. That you get serious. So students used to solicit their money.
Yeah.
Like even actually yesterday, a student called me that he wants to make for me some flyers.
Yeah.
And also these flags containing my images. So I really appreciate comrade the work you are doing. So it's all about they were colleagues who believe that I can fight for the student fraternity. Yeah. And they will improvise those resources. They say, Benjamin, this one can work for you. That's why I termed it as Comrade Alliance Fight.
Okay, that leads us to our next question. Is NOOP facilitating you, or it's not? Or they just give you the card and stopped there?
Nope. Sometimes it facilitates in around posters.
Yeah.
And also some tangible resources, most of them, like they can bring for you some flyers, like a few and so on. But not the whole process.
Yeah, true.
Like nomination as a candidate, you must have your nominations.
Yeah.
But when you have that, at least the NOOP flag, it can push you.
Yeah,
at least to some extent. Because there are people there who vote opposition, perfect opposition. Will say that I'll vote you because of this political party. Yeah.
At this time around, how are we prepared? Because I think it's next month when we are voting. So how ready are you, and how prepared are you?
I'm prepared. And I've started moving around.
Yes.
Yeah, last week I was moving to House of Residence. So this week I've started on with hostels and also moving around compound.
Yeah.
Kyambogo University. In another week, we shall approach them because students are not studying. Yeah, because of the protest, peaceful protest that is ongoing of the lecturers about the salary increment. So, yeah, I'm prepared. And also the team is prepared. And I thank the team that has been there for me since day one up to now. I really appreciate colleagues. The great work we are doing. I not make it in vain. Yeah. I'll work hard such that one day you believe that you had a man who was confronting on behalf of the student interests. Yeah.
Okay, one last question. This one is about, you saw the regime of Wafula. By the time he finished his regime, people had already separated. The guild council had separated. He was almost left alone. I remember the time when they were vetting the people in the during the elections that are always going. Who are these people? All the elections. Okay, he was alone. By the time he reached at the end of his regime, he was alone. Everyone had left him. How are you ready to handle these conflicts and disagreements in the council?
Disagreements is natural.
Yeah, it's natural.
We can agree on some issues and we disagree on some issues.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but according to the agenda I'm pushing, if a student disagrees with it, then he's on the side of the management. That's the idea. That's why when I'm campaigning, I usually tell them, this is a vote between the oppressed and the oppressors. Do you understand? The oppressors, these are the Senate. When I talk of the Senate, I mean Katunka, they are the oppressors. Then we are the students, they are the oppressed, and we are not the only people who are oppressed. We also have non-teaching staff and teaching staff, they are also oppressed. They also have their issues, but they lack a voice that to represent their issues in this mega university. So, what I'm advocating for, I'll advocate for, as earlier told you, accountability. And the last part that I hadn't even told you is graduate volunteering scheme.
Oh, yeah.
A graduate volunteering scheme you will understand that even if I create an environment that will favor for everyone to graduate, at the end of the day, we shall graduate. But it is very bad for university students to spend 3 years, 2 years, 4 years, 5 years, and you end up driving borders, being vendors around, tending to mobile money shops, attending to arcades. And we have been witnessing some of your colleagues who are old bachelors, brothers who studied. They are not doing the jobs that they studied
for.
So for us, we are bringing that message of hope and that policy that if a management can pattern the national waters to construct toilets with restaurants as if we came to defecate, you can see around there is from different faculties. There's a toilet on the top. They put a restaurant. Are these people serious? So for us, we are telling them, let them pattern with other institutions of learning. The faculties, the industries, the banks, such that in our last semester of the last year, these people can accommodate us. At least even if we are working there as volunteers, when we are at least getting like 60% of the salary we are supposed to get. That if a person is supposed to receive 1M, but when he's paid like 600, first of all, you'll be acquiring skills for that particular job as you await for a white-collar job. And these things have been happening in UCU. The patterns in Uganda Law Society. That's why most of the lawyers in Uganda Law Society are from UCU. And that is a private university. What about a public university? The last time the pattern is about the bank. Some institution to construct those buildings you are seeing, CTFs and the CLB. So partnership works. So that's what we are urging the management, and we shall push for that agenda. Fight unemployment. That the management should care for the product it produces on the national level.
That's amazing. So I'll let you do your final remarks. Call people to come and vote for you. Give them your last information as I let you go.
Okay, thank you so much for hosting me. I appreciate. Then to the student fraternity, my name once again is Benjamin Oppressed, an aspirant for Good President Kyambogo University. Change always starts with you. If there is an injustice anywhere, there's threat to justice. Right now, we're in the pandemic where our lecturers are protesting. That is an injustice, but it is also affecting the students. They are not receiving the services we are paying for. So that is an injustice. So, Benjamin, I do promise and encourage you that I'll fight for any injustice that will happen in Kyambogo University. And also, I'm here kindly and humbly requesting for your support, your mandate, but most importantly, your vote in these forthcoming elections. Because I do believe the vote for Akeso is a vote for justice. A vote for Benjamin is a vote for fairness and equity. But a vote for the oppressed students is a vote for accountability, transparency, but most importantly, is a vote for radicalism. Thank you so much for your time. I wish you the best in whatever you are doing. May the Almighty Lord bless you abundantly. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I will not add much on that, but we shall continue to host more and more people, and they will bring their ideas and their manifesto. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you. Have a good and blessed day and afternoon and morning. Thank you.
Bye-bye.